It is a sad Saturday to be an Arizona State Sun Devil fan, but we're here to figure it all out on the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. I am Anthony Totri, joined on this walk of shame by Shane Diefenbach, Shawn DePaz. Guys, hop on this walk of shame with us because the Sun Devils fell to Eastern Michigan. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. To Eastern Michigan at home by a final score of 30-21. Shane, I'll start with you. What the fuck?
Yeah. They got out-coached, clearly. Outplayed, especially interior-wise. The defensive line just had no idea what was going on all night. It was... As I said during the game, like this was like you can't let yourself get into this position in general, like whatsoever. But when you get into this position, like normally you can fight back in the second half, and they showed a little fight for a second. But when you are just having an off day, you know, a couple drop passes here and there, a couple bad penalties, and tripping over offensive linemen consistently, like if that happens against a good team, you're gonna get blown out. You're gonna get the break speed off of you. But if this happens against a team like Eastern Michigan, you should be able to come back. But you can't come back when it's compounded with everything that happened tonight. It was just one of the worst nights of my life. It was so bad.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Like a couple of you may have seen on the broadcast, this is the first time that a MAC team has ever beat a Pac-12 team in the regular season. Shawn, what does it mean for ASU to break history tonight?
I don't know. I mean, history thing I don't really give a shit about. Like, it was going to happen eventually, I guess. But, like...
Yeah, they've only played 21 or 22 times, so...
Yeah, it's whatever. But that was just kind of like a pretty tragic showing. Yeah, it does not help that U of A also won. But, I mean...
Hey, ASU fans, we can't talk shit right now. I know as much as you want to. You can't do it.
It didn't seem like they really cared. Like, it didn't seem like they wanted to win. The team was pretty boring. I mean, I'll cut straight to the chase.
There you go.
Yes, I think Herm should be fired. No, I don't think he will be fired anytime soon.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Blow the chat up with that. Let us know if you think Herm Edwards, after tonight's performance, should be fired. Shawn already answered it. What do you think, Shane?
First of all, I just realized actually RK is being nice because he's a CU fan. I thought it was the other way. I
could always be Colorado.
I feel your pain, RK.
Someone said a 1-11 in the chat, and you forget that we do have to play Colorado. So
at least
2-10.
Is it we have to or we get to?
We get to.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it a get to?
We get to.
Yeah, I guess so.
We get to.
Yes.
Does Herm need to be fired?
Herm should have been fired prior to the season. We know this. We've talked about this. It should have happened already, and it's just the same stuff over and over again. A couple things that I pointed out tonight.
Jordan saying Herm should be fired to outer space.
Yeah, he should be.
Just launch him into the atmosphere.
Well, actually, I don't know about that. If he has a suit on, he comes back safely because I don't wish that upon anyone.
But he coached for the Jets.
Yeah,
if you didn't know.
Okay. Anyway, what I said a couple times tonight is it's the comments, like things that he does that just piss you off so much. And sure, as like a fan, like it might not impact the players as much as it pisses you off watching it on a screen.
Yeah.
But then you kind of see how it does impact the team. Obviously, the poor play calling sucks. We don't know who is the helm of that, but whatever. But the thing that really gets to me is when he calls timeouts, i.e., start of the third quarter. Emory Jones, clock ticking down. He's ready to snap the ball. There's 3 seconds left on the play clock. And he calls a timeout. And you can see Emory Jones visibly frustrated looking toward the sidelines. Mm-hmm. It was clear that it kind of threw him off, and ASU ended up having to punt. And then you compound that with the consistent miscues on substitutions, and that's on coaches.
Yeah.
You can say players all you want, but that's on coaches. They should have their players wrangled. They should know where they are at all times, and they should know if they should or should not be attempting to substitute in the game, and that demoralizes a defense, and we saw that time and time again tonight. again, it's just the consistent things we see with Herm Edwards. Was that it?
Do you guess S again?
It should be L.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do we ever figure it out?
No.
No.
No one cares about his last name.
He doesn't have a middle
Herm
name.
L. Edwards is what it should be. Look, man, we've all watched a lot of football, like professional, college, high school, Pop Warner. This is one of the worst coached games that I've ever seen from top to bottom. Not just Herm. Donnie Henderson on the defensive side of the ball. The defense looked abysmal. The defensive line was a liability in every sense of the word. Outside of Kyle Soelle and Merlin Robertson's single sack, like that group left a little bit to be desired as well. And the secondary got toasted too. Like when they were throwing, they got toasted as well. Like it simply was a horrendous game plan. Yeah, Coach Evan B in the chat too. A backup quarterback.
A backup MAC quarterback.
A backup MAC quarterback. We already talked about that. Like
a MAC quarterback.
This is a MAC team. This isn't a top tier MAC team. This is a MAC team that was supposed to finish like mid-level in that conference.
No, mid-level. They were supposed to finish last in their or fifth in their division in the MAC, which is bottom tier of the entire MAC.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, how at this point, right? Everyone talks about Ray and Herm. They're friends. They've got history. That's why Herm is not going to be fired tomorrow. That's why he probably won't be fired at the end of the season. It's going to be like a forced resignation, a retirement, whatever. Like, what's enough? Is there anything that this man can do other than push the program further into the fire? You know what's even worse is Israel Carter, who's expected to be the next quarterback at Arizona State once Emory's gone, right? Who is committed. He was out in Tempe tonight to watch this game.
Yep.
You know how fucking embarrassing that is? To have your future of the program come to Tempe and half the stadium's gone at halftime because why would they stay? Why would you stay? There's no point. Let's get to the numbers of this shit show. Why don't we? We all know the score at this point, 30-21. In terms of pass yards, 153-185 in favor of ASU. And this is probably the most surprising thing. If you would have showed me this graphic at the start of the night, I would have told you that these numbers are flipped. EMU rushed for 315 yards to ASU's $170. ASU had 9 penalties to the Eagles' 5. Time of possession in favor of Eastern Michigan, 34 minutes and 49 seconds to 25 and change for ASU. Shawn, I'll start with you. Which number sticks out most to you?
I mean, it's obviously, it's the big one. I mean, it was it's the EMU's rushing. Like Jordan said in the comments, he had never run for over 100 yards in a game, and he ran for over 200. Like, it didn't.
And he's a senior.
Yeah, like, it didn't seem like ASU wanted to be there. They got manhandled. Like, some credit is due to Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, their line was great.
But ASU's defensive line got manhandled by ASU's offensive line, which is part of why he looked good. And then, even when whether it's a linebacker or defensive back coming out to make a tackle, they would miss the first tackle half the time. Like, it just didn't seem like they really had any interest in winning this game. I don't know if it's like they didn't think that this team was going to be as good as they were or anything, but that only gets you so far. Like, Eastern Michigan looked like a significantly better team than
the
ASU
entire night.
and literally everywhere.
ASU never led.
No. Yeah,
it just can't happen.
This is the PHNX Sun Devils accountability edition of the podcast. There's a lot of people to be held accountable for, and we've gone over some names. The players definitely need to be held accountable, and I think they will agree. The defensive line didn't seem interested, and it just hammering home the fact
they played scared.
Exactly. They just got overpowered the entire night. I don't even know where to even start with what happens now. Like, is this the team? This is not the same team we saw against Oklahoma State.
No, but this is Arizona State.
Yeah, it seems like a classic case of playing to your opponent, which I know they obviously didn't do against NAU, but
they have done in the past. Herm Edwards teams do this. When a pro style offense doesn't work, and it doesn't work against teams like this, it doesn't work when you're down. You can't run this pro style offense when you're down. And to compound that with the fact that the pro style offense isn't a good offense. Like pro style offenses can sometimes work if you play smart and you short, quick routes and you're cooking and stuff's working, but this is not a good offense. The schemes are terrible. You see a couple flashes of talent, and that's only when you get your star players in space. We saw Xavier Valade bust open some runs and some screens. We saw Elijah Badger get past the first tackle and go for some extra yards. We saw a lot of that stuff tonight, but it's not enough when you're huddling up every single damn play and momentum's dying because you have to call a motherfucking timeout for no fucking reason after the play had been stopped. It's so upsetting.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's a lot of great comments in the chat, like how the hell can ASU possibly say they care about winning if Herm isn't gone tonight? That's true.
Because they don't care about winning. This is what I've been saying all year. Michael Crow does not give a shit about sports. He doesn't care about winning. So it's not going to change. Like, Herm's not going to get fired. Ray's not going to get fired anytime soon.
They were on the field tonight before the game.
Who? That explains it.
Herm and Ray together.
Well, they should have a conversation afterwards.
Actually, Herm and Michael Crow, I think.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this pro-style offense for a second, because this is the third week in a row that I've wanted to vomit after watching Glenn Thomas call plays. Because at this point, I just don't think he's good at it. I really just genuinely don't think. And this is, you guys let me know what you think, but at a certain point, especially in college football, you have to run your offense and coordinate your offense to accommodate your players, the talent that you have on your team. There are a lot of talented players on this offense. Yeah. We've seen them. Emory Jones, Xavier Valade, Daniel Ngata, Elijah Badger, Messiah Swinson. Andre Johnson came alive tonight. You can take the milk cartons away. He's here, guys. He's not lost anymore.
Well, Messiah Swinson was replaced.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing, man? I'm so tired of seeing this fucking huddle. Like, I'm sorry, but we're not in the early 2000s anymore. We're not the New York Jets.
Do you think that they put that on the top of their locker room when they're leaving, on the top of the door? Huddled at midfield, down 9 with 3:30 to go and one timeout. Do you think they put that there and they slap it? Because it seems like they care about that a lot.
It is absolutely pathetic to see a huddle when you're down however many points with 7 minutes to go, and you just blah-de-da. And that's one thing, is we had the U of A game, which was a hell of a game, on the TV next to the ASU game. And I said it to these guys. There is zero energy from Herm Edwards and that coaching staff on the sideline.
He doesn't want to be here. It genuinely looks like he doesn't care. The shit he spews out in press conferences, I would love to hear what he's saying tonight, because I bet it's a whole lot of effing nothing. Like, it just literally seems like he's just going through the motions. He's just going through the motions. He's just out here to practice. He's just next game mentality, next man up. We'll get him next week. I guarantee he says that. Hopefully this lights a fire under our ass when it comes to Utah. Then none of that fucking matters when you put on an embarrassing performance that's going to stain, who cares about what your history is, but this school's history, this program's history. You're proving everybody right. When the fans like us who want to believe in these players, who deserve to be believed in, you can't believe in them because you have this jackass doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah. In the chat, there's a lot of you guys that are angry. I know we're angry because we talk to the players. Like, these players aren't bad. That is one thing that irritates me, is people are like, oh, ASU's bad. No, they're not. Yeah. There is so many talented players on this team. There are players that will be on NFL rosters next year and in years to come on this team. But maybe the reason they're going in the 5th, 6th, 7th round getting undrafted is maybe because we don't get to really see how much they can accomplish. Go just scatter, like, DirecTV, College Football Saturday. Take a weekend off from watching Arizona State. Go watch LSU. What did Jaden Daniels do? We give Jaden Daniels a lot of shit on this show. A lot of shit. Brian Kelly coached his ass today and got the most out of Jaden Daniels. If you watched football on Friday night, you saw Johnny Wilson, an FSU receiver who was at Arizona State, had a dominant
touchdown
game.
Catch.
Ricky Pearsall. What are we like? They're talented guys here.
And you see that coaching effect. You see why Brian Kelly gets the most out of his quarterbacks. You see why good coaches can get the talent that is there out of the players.
Yeah.
You saw the first half. I was texting you guys. Jaden Daniels looked terrible. And you know what Brian Kelly did? He didn't sit back. No. He didn't try to coddle him and be like, it's fine, we got the. He got up in his shit. Yeah. He grabbed him at one point and said, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. And you know what happened? He turned it around. Yeah. LSU won that game outright.
By multiple touchdowns. It's just bad. It's absolutely bad. If you weren't at the game tonight, which I don't blame you, guess what? There is some top 15 teams coming to Tempe pretty soon. You're going to get Utah next week. Obviously, the Sun Devils take on USC and then Washington. We'll get to those games, obviously, in the coming weeks. But if you want to go to those games or really just any sporting event in general, because at this point, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to catch an ASU football game. Game Time is the hottest new ticketing site that makes it easier than ever to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. Save up to 60% on tickets when you buy tickets last minute. It's great for you procrastinators out there. If you love PHNX, then you're going to love Game Time. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. Again, use the link in the description. If you're new to this show, something we love to do is normally, win or loss, we give out bottle service to the best player of the game, right?
The club is closed.
Nobody's getting bottle service tonight. Like, it's just bad. You know who's getting bottle service? Everybody in the chat and everybody who's an ASU fan that had to watch this game from start to finish or chose to watch this game from start to finish.
Shout out Res Devil. He was at the game the entire night, I think.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And I believe we've got Daniyel Ngata joining us now. We will see if we can get him in. Daniel, what's up, man? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm walking back to my car. I didn't have a kind of clear spot to get back.
You're all good. We'll only keep you for a couple minutes, man. Just first and foremost, man, what happened out there tonight?
Man, we just weren't clicking really. You know, offense, defense. And then it just starts off with the practice, the week. You know, we're just not prepared, you know. So that just goes along, you know, with us personally, all along in the facility, how we work, how we go about our day. So we just didn't come prepared. You know, simply from that, we just, you know, Eastern Michigan, they outworked us. You know, as simple as that. So we just got to come back next week. Team, players, all that, staff, go in the facility, practice better, do everything better. Like, just as simple as that, really.
Daniel, what was the vibe like in the locker room? Was it a lot of anger? Was it just we'll get them next time, or are you, who's held accountable for this loss? Do you think?
Everybody for sure. Coaches, players, looking at everybody. Just really just. To be honest, we're really not really surprised because this is all on us. The way we practice, the way we came into this week, we tried to fight it too much, you know, because we weren't prepared. So we came to the game not prepared, fought too hard against a team that came into this game, you know, looking at this game a week ahead. You know, we weren't even doing all that. We were just practicing, you know. So that's how we're about to go about it this next week, the rest of the season.
Do you think you guys underestimated Eastern Michigan at all, or was it just once it got onto the field?
Not at all. I don't think we underestimated them at all. You know, I just think we didn't come prepared. You know, because we didn't come out there thinking it's gonna be easy rolling game. Our coach Herm, he had told us from the beginning of that week. You know, as soon as we got back from Columbus State, we got another team that's trying to beat us right now. So, you know, we knew what we were walking into. You know, it was a battle, but they just came more prepared than us. You know, so
obviously
you gotta have quick memory. You gotta forget about it. Watch film tomorrow. So
yeah, you bring that up. Obviously, you guys got to put this one behind you quick. You got Utah, USC, and then Washington, who had a big win over Michigan State today. What do you guys have to do different at practice to ensure that what happened tonight doesn't happen over the course of the next 3 weeks?
The players for sure. Got to. I know I'm not just talking. You know, this is gonna be. So it just feel weird, but the players, we just gotta come to practice like we want to win. you know, y'all not there at practice, but I can tell y'all the practice wasn't good enough for us to win this game, and it just shows. So, if we want to win, if we want to win our next 3 games, our practice got to be crazy. Like, we got to practice like we were trying to win the Pac-12 championship. We're not practicing like we want to win the Pac-12 championship right now. So that's just one thing I got to do better as a leader, you know, the spot where I'm at right now. You know, so I got to be a better leader in my position room, you know, with the team. Everybody just got to be held accountable. So that's how we go about the next season, you know, the rest of the season, next 3 games, next game, you know. All I'm worried about right now is just Utah now. So,
yeah, definitely. Daniel, thank you so much for the time, man.
Yes, sir. You guys have a good night.
You
Appreciate
too.
it.
I mean,
I can't believe.
I didn't expect that, to be honest. That was not.
Yeah. So, yeah, Daniel is – usually we only have Daniel on for wins, but definitely appreciate him taking the time. And he kept it real. Like, this is a guy that owned it, right? Not just him, but everybody in practice. This team needs to practice with a little bit more energy. Who does that fall on?
I mean, it falls on the coaches, right? But at this point, I think we're at a point where I don't have faith in the coaches. I feel like if the players,
it's got to be player led.
Yeah, I think if this team is going to have success, it's going to come solely from the players. One of which is Soelle.
Two of which are
yeah. Well, he's one of them's the leader, but I mean, yeah, they have to go. I mean, it's definitely not a good sign, right? Like, obviously, he's not Ngata's not going to throw his coaches under the bus, right?
No.
But he said like they weren't prepared. He could tell during the practices that they weren't going to be prepared for this game.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign that they're admitting to that? Because that's a little scary to me, because that makes me think that they came into this game, we're not prepared. We have no shot. And that's why they were so flat. That is not good.
No, it's not. I mean, no, it's not. I mean, yeah, this, like we touched on earlier, I know he's not going to say it, but this is the coaches. Like, the players, I don't think the players have not been put in a position to succeed. No. I mean, we've seen specifically Ngata and Valadez, like, they're capable of being explosive. But if you're running the ball every play and your offense becomes predictable, they're going to get that opportunity taken from them. It's the coaching. Like, they have not put this team in a position to succeed. And you saw it, I think, later in the game, once they started trying to throw the ball a little bit more, letting Elijah Badger, Charles Hall, guys like that work in space a little bit. You saw it. They were a little bit more successful, not as successful as they should have been, but it's I'm curious if them feeling like they're not prepared is like, well, we just did the shit against Oklahoma State and it didn't work, and now we're doing the same shit this
like
week
they're
in
starting
practice.
to doubt it.
Yeah, like shit. Why should we expect this to succeed?
I have no doubt that most, if not all, of these guys give everything they have in practice. That's not where I think the not unpreparedness comes from. I think you're onto something. I think it just might be, this is like, no one's going to say it, and this might not be true. I don't want to completely speculate, but it does feel like this team just doesn't believe, not in themselves, but in what they're doing.
Yeah.
A week of practice of running into a wall, it hurts. Also, U of A fans, happy to have you here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Be a little bit nicer, but happy to have you here. Also, if you didn't know, Mike Luke is live on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel as well. If you want to go celebrate a win, go join Mike Luke. He's a very nice guy.
Or if you want to stay and give us shit, that works too.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with it.
Do whatever you like.
Just if you're here, just
happy
leave a like. That'd be dope too.
It helps Mike Luke if you leave a like too. It's all. If
I say this, do you think they'll stay? Back the A.
Don't say that ever again. Ever.
I love you, Mike Luke.
I mean, look, I thought, and I want to get to Ngata for a second here, because watching him play, this dude, you can't deny the fact that this dude is an electric player.
I think he was the best player out there tonight, and I know the stats
for ASU.
For ASU, yeah. I think I know those stats won't say that, because Valadez had 2 really big runs. Actually, one got called back. He had 1 very long run that ended in a touchdown.
Padded his stats nicely at the end.
And Ngata ran through somebody.
Dude,
the energy was there the entire. He ran through somebody and took their head off.
Yep.
He broke a couple really long runs that he shouldn't have, and there were a couple more runs that probably should have gone for 30, 40, maybe even a house call if he didn't trip.
Yeah.
And I think Bowl got him one time when he was pulling.
Yeah.
Like,
And like I said, that him on kick returns was also explosive.
He was
that's a
awesome.
whole other.
Gosh, I don't know. God, I
yeah.
can't believe he just joined the show.
Yeah.
He's an Energizer Bunny, man.
Yeah.
He's an Energizer Bunny of this team. Give me one player each of you guys wanted to see maybe a little bit more from tonight.
I mean, it's not so much like more from in the sense that I wanted to see more of him was Messiah Swinson.
Yeah.
Like I wanted
That was
to see him.
weird.
Yeah, it's 2 games in a row
I didn't
though.
even see him on the field.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
We hear this though every year. We hear this every year at the
Yeah.
start of the year. Guess what, guys? ASU's got some tight ends that are like 6'8",
Yeah.
6'9". They're athletic freaks. They're going to actually do something this year. Week 1. Okay, Messiah Swinson, a couple catches. I believe he had a touchdown. Like we said earlier, might as well put him on a milk carton because he's gone missing.
Yeah,
And that's probably not to his fault.
yeah. No, it's another thing where like we saw in the NAU game how effective he could be. Again, well, I mean that not NAU's a lesser opponent than Eastern Michigan, but it's not like.
If you are
The drop-off.
6'8" with that frame, you can be effective against anybody.
I'm so confused.
It's again the coaching not putting them in a position
Welcome
to
to
succeed.
being part of Arizona State.
Oh, I've been confused for a long time. I do want to bring up this comment because I've said this many times. Jacob in the chat saying, it's sad. So many people are just hating on the players. They do not deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a consistent thing. People say this team sucks.
Yeah,
No, they
it's not
don't.
true.
And we went over this, but yeah, I'm baffled about the Messiah Swinson thing because we
Yeah.
talked about it throughout the night. We're like, where's Messiah Swinson? Where is he? And I don't know if it was just me being disinterested in the game. I literally don't even remember him running a route.
Yeah, and the thing
They
is,
also
is
didn't
like
look downfield.
I feel like when you look at this offense, like the numbers don't pop off the page or anything, but they didn't have like a bad offensive performance in the sense that like they were making mistakes or like there was a couple like obviously those big shots downfield that they weren't able to capitalize on, but like they weren't like terrible, and Xavier and Ngata were like getting opportunities to make plays. It's just again the coaches did not like there was no interestingness to the play call. And I know you said earlier, and I was on this page with you previously about it being Glenn Thomas's fault, but when you now look at this game and it's the offense and the defense both kind of being like, what the fuck is going on? Where's the common denominator?
Yeah.
Well,
It's Herm
but
Edwards,
not only is
who
it
also, by the way, I don't think has a middle name. I think on his
Yeah.
Wikipedia it's just
Yeah.
Herm Edwards
Yeah.
Jr.
But it's not only like both are doing wrong things. They're both not producing at a high level. They're both doing the same type of things wrong.
Yeah.
Conservative play calling. ASU had a chance.
It seems like a team philosophy.
10-0. ASU had a chance after they got their first points. They had a chance to get a third down stop on 3rd and 10 multiple times. And they were sitting in a shell defense. They were they were shitting their bed. They were sitting with everything in front of them. The corners were not up. They were playing shallow. It was terrible. And I remember I said it. 3rd and 10. I think it was a Texas route they threw to the running back. I was like, here comes a tackle. Or here comes a 5-yard dump off and a missed tackle. 5-yard dump off, missed tackle, first down. It was so upsetting.
Yeah, I really wish I would have liked to be a fly on the wall for that halftime, and just kind of see
Nothing changed.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Like I'm just what they get in there, and it's like that's I think my biggest concern with this team is they get to a point which I'm starting to get concerned they might already be at, where they just like don't have any faith in the process. It's like because I like we've said, I think they have plenty of talented players here, and I think Herm is the kind of guy that can get into your living room and be like convince you to be a part of whatever he's selling. And then you get there and you're like, oh, I'm not really sure this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And you start losing a little bit of faith in the process.
It's like the watch salesman that has
That's
like the
not
big
an Xbox.
coat.
Yeah.
That's a shoebox, Herman.
Yeah, and even if you are practicing hard and trying hard, you can only do so much when you don't believe
Yeah.
in what you're doing. And I'm worried they're starting to get to that point. I'm worried that even Donnie and Glenn might start to be at the point where they're like, I don't know what you want me to do. Herman's kind of has me handcuffed.
You know what I can't wait for multiple reasons. The end of the season.
Yeah, me too.
Not only because I'm done watching. If this continues,
for
I'm done
basketball.
watching this. But also,
Oh yeah.
I want to talk to some of these guys,
Yeah.
and I want to really know, because it's a lot like what happened with the Suns against the Mavericks. Shit just exploded.
Yeah.
Tonight, shit exploded, and we don't know why. And Ngata says it's all on them. But is that?
But that's what he's gonna
Is that
say.
player speak? Like you can't throw somebody under the bus.
No, you're not gonna throw your coach under the bus.
And he could be telling the truth. Again, I don't want to say anything as a matter of fact because we just don't know. That's the truth.
Yeah.
But it's starting to feel like
It's tough, man. It's absolutely tough. It's even tougher if you decided to bet on this game. I am so sorry.
Brother, oh my.
I'm so sorry.
So you didn't even think about that?
I'm so sorry if you bet ASU spread.
I didn't do that.
You didn't bet.
I took the over. And ASU had a chance to score, and then holding after holding after holding after Herman.
Holding after Herman. Oof, it's tough.
Bad name.
I'm sorry.
Awful band name. Terrible
Horrible
band name. Burn it.
Horrible football coach as well.
Oh my God.
However, there's another chance for you guys to get your money back or win some money tomorrow on some NFL football. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. Plus, everybody can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. Bet on any NFL team to win, and if your team leads by 10 at any point during the game, you're going to get paid instantly, even if your team ends up losing. It's simple. Download DraftKings Sportsbook. Use promo code PHNX. That's promo code PHNX on DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions do apply. See show notes for more details. Let's get to the aftertaste.
Dude, I literally almost threw up in my mouth thinking about what the aftertaste was.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
God,
what
I
did
can't wait to
Eastern
hear it.
Michigan shove down your throat tonight, Shawn?
They shoved fucking.
Hold on. Sorry. I want you to deliver this flawlessly. That might have been the best one. That was really good. All right. Totri, ask the question again to Shawn. Don't say it the same way. Actually, you can.
Let's just. What's the taste of this game in your mouth?
Moldy fucking milk. It's like one of those things where you open the fridge and you're like, and this is what I think a milk drinker goes through, because I don't drink milk. I think it's disgusting, and I think people that drink straight milk are weirdos. But that's probably what Herm does. It's a whole other story. Herm is definitely a straight milk drinker. Anyways, it's like you open the fridge and you look at milk / Eastern Michigan, and you don't turn the box around so you don't realize that Messiah Swinton's face is on the other side of it. But you pull it and you're like, it's milk. I'm thirsty. I want some milk. And you open it and you're like, oh, this expired 2 years ago when Herm should have been fired. And now I'm just drinking moldy milk, and no part of this is delicious, and I wish I hadn't done this. But moldy dairy is like one of those things like that makes me just on the thought of it want to throw up. It's just it's.
At what point do you turn it over and see Messiah's face?
You don't.
It's when you drop it on the floor because you're like,
Yeah, and the damage is already done.
the damage is already done.
Yeah.
Oh man, what about you, Shane?
Mine is let's say you're going to a party. You're excited for the party because they had one last week.
Okay.
And it was good. Your friends being them.
Good
it was
party.
good, but it wasn't great.
Okay.
You saw some things that could
There's
be
potential.
fixed. Yeah, and you actually got together with them before the party.
Okay.
And like was like, yeah, this is what we should do. And you're excited about the party.
Yeah.
So you go to the party and you make yourself a mixed drink at the party.
Okay.
The party sucks, and you're like, okay, I'll make a drink to make it better. But you put way too much alcohol in it,
Oh, no.
and you have to sip on it because now there's none left. This game was like a party, except it wasn't fun, and I felt like I was in hell.
So hell.
Yeah.
He's like, it wasn't actually any of what I set up. It's just hell.
It was just like baking cookies, except there were no cookies, and I felt like my hair was on fire.
It's like baking cookies when you forget the flour and they come out.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
No,
is
but this tastes like a drink I poured too much alcohol in it, and I can't go back because I prepared ill.
Tastes like Everclear and Gatorade.
Great band name.
Everclear and Gatorade.
Yeah.
It sounds like a duo.
It sounds like a Drake album.
What's up? I'm Everclear. He's Gatorade, and this is a song.
Today we're gonna be telling jokes in song
It's a comedy
format.
show. Dude, this
What would be our opening thing, Shawn?
game.
Herm Edwards.
Herm Edwards, everybody.
No, dude.
You want to buy some snake oils? Because clearly Herm's got it.
Or milk.
He's selling shit to everybody.
Or milk. No, dude. This game tastes like when you throw up a little bit in your mouth, like in the back, and it just kind of like burns for a little bit.
Oh, dude,
You
we're
know what
getting
I'm talking about?
graphic today.
Dude, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
though? Where
of
it's like,
course.
oh, and like there's nothing to wash it down, so you just have to like live with the throw up in your mouth for a little bit. That's what
Ooh,
this game is
honorable
like.
mention to swallowing a hair and it being stuck in your throat for days.
Oh man.
That's what this game feels like.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Look, at a certain point, it's just bad, man. It's just bad. Now, you could always be Colorado, which is like your saving grace here.
Come on,
You're
you
gonna
just
do
got
that with
here.
I know, that's why I had to
Come on
drop it
now.
in chat. I'm sorry, Allie. Not really. Thank you for being worse than us. But like,
Hold on now.
Listen,
Colorado, no.
They gotta go to see you.
I will
talk-
not. I
I feel
will
like-
not.
you can't talk anything right now.
Yeah.
You just lost to Eastern Michigan. Let's save the insults for another day.
I would have been more surprised if we lost to Eastern Michigan than I would have lost if we lost to CU than Eastern Michigan.
You'd be more surprised if we lost to CU.
Before this game. Now I have no idea.
I don't know. Dude.
Actually, no, the other way around.
They just need to fire Herm before Urban takes the the Nebraska job.
No, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Coach Evan B's just been through these past 6 months. Cardinals losing in the Super Bowl.
Just let it all out, man.
Suns going down by
Let
40
it
in
all
Game
out.
7.
That's what we're
Prepare me
here
this.
for. That's what we're here for. We're also here to show you guys all of the beautiful furniture.
This is a buff show now. We got fucking buff talk.
I love RK trying to make it sound like people are convincing him when he's trying to convince himself. That's magical. That's
Many people are saying
that's how we survive in this land. Hey, J2 Shroud's stat line tonight. What was it? 4 for 7, 22 yards and a touchdown. Watch out. Hold on now.
Don't let him get hot.
Don't let him get hot. Okay, guys. Okay. If you guys couldn't tell, this is our second post-game show in this new studio. I believe it's called the Tarasi studio, right?
This is the DT.
The Go studio. And if you guys would love some
We
beautiful...
shouldn't have done it in the studio.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
This is such a
disgraceful.
This is such a. We should have done
Actually,
it.
no, you know what?
Look.
The game shouldn't have been watched in here. This is a fantastic
This
show.
is a game you watch
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
This is an
in the
outside
heat,
game.
like right now.
Yeah, this is an
Yeah.
outside game.
where you cook eggs on the sidewalk.
This is a game you
can
watch.
cook eggs
And you
on
can't
it.
hear because your
Because
audio.
flashbangs.
It's what?
Totri, go home. This is a game that you watch in like Buffalo Wild Wings but in Fresno, California, where it's just on
And
because they have it,
and the
but
TV.
it's behind you, so
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
you
shit.
hurt your neck and
yeah,
shit?
And every 15 minutes you have to do this to the TV, and then it starts working again.
yeah, but
Oh,
you
it's
look
one
in
of those
front of you, and
TVs?
it's like an amateur golf tournament, and the one TV that you can see, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Mhm.
And then you're like, oh, actually, no, the golf tournament's better than what I was watching back there.
Well, somewhere along the lines, there was an ad read in there for more furniture. If you guys
yeah.
would like some phenomenal furniture like this, go check them out, morefurniture.com. They hooked us up. They're going to hook you guys up too. Check it out. Again, morefurniture.com. Shane, it's time for the lyric of the game.
Oh, wait, can we talk about Ryan's comment for a
We
second?
can talk about Ryan's comment.
RK said the Shroud era is over. Owen McCown time. He's perfect because he's a perfect fit because we're 0-3.
That's beautiful.
I also want to do.
Is he related to either Luke or Josh McCown? Do we know?
RK, answer that.
Oh, I thought you were asking if R-Kate was related
No.
to him. And I was just like, what?
That'd be crazy.
I had to get it in here. Something to be happy about. Coach Evan B said, if you had to root for a second team, what would it be? And I'm curious what your answers are.
For college?
Yeah.
You know who
Well,
mine
What
is.
backup is.
Just
What
saying
the
Notre
backup-
Dame got their first dub of the season today
UAB or USB?
against Cal.
USA?
Yeah,
USA?
they were so fun to watch today. Actually, no, anybody that's playing UCLA. Also, can we?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
Oh, you were right.
Okay.
You know who else was right? Me, because Syracuse football is a fucking wagon
They
in
are.
the ACC.
They are.
That shit was electric. There's one thing to be
was
happy
great
about
game.
Josh's
today.
son. Wow.
Huh.
So he is related to the McCowns. Interesting. Well, if he's anything
Don't call people hoes in here, guys. Come on.
if he's anything like his dad, he's going to transfer him.
Is that Bud Dupree as your picture? That's kind of awesome.
Whoever-
yeah.
two-tone.
Cheers to Bud
Whoever
Dupree.
just lost to EMU, your mom's a hoe.
Oh, no.
Oh no! You just called everybody's. Oh no!
Listen, I was just quoting a vine. Don't make it something
Oh,
bigger
yeah,
than that
true,
to
true,
be.
true.
Hey, so what
Can I open my beer before we do this?
yeah, go. Your beer's open. What are we doing? Oh, a new beer.
When did that happen?
I don't know. There's two beers.
Did you start with 2 beers?
Yeah, I think
okay.
that was
I
a
thought there
floor
was
beer.
like a beer delivery that I had just completely
No.
missed.
Yeah, who would be delivering the beer, Shawn?
Not,
Our producer, maybe? Shout out David.
Yeah.
I also named my new car after David. Shout out Carvana. Named my new car David Carr, because fuck Derek Carr. Am I right? CHGO or DNVR. I don't know why I said CHGO.
why not PHNX? Because they're playing them tomorrow.
Well, he's
well-
talking DNVR because the Broncos.
Oh.
Carry on with your
I don't know
lyric
why
of the
I
game.
said CHGO. I'm sorry.
It's time. I'm actually gonna sing this one. I think it's
Oh,
for
yeah?
the lyric of the game. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Here's the lyric of the game tonight. It's by Glaive, one of my favorite. Have you guys listened to Hyperpop before?
No.
Shit goes crazy.
That was
Shit goes crazy. The song is called "I Want to Slam My Head Against the Wall," and the lyric goes, "I want to slam my head against the wall till I cannot feel at all." You know, one of those. That's how I feel. I want to slam my head against the wall. Not actually though, because I'll get over this healthfully.
Yeah.
Talk through it. This is what the post game show's for.
It's
Figuratively,
therapy.
I am slamming my head
Therapy.
against the wall.
Therapy. And normally this is just Shane's lyric of the game, but Shawn, do you have a lyric of the game?
No.
Don't
Totri,
you-
no,
come
I
on.
don't
just
have a lyric
throwing
of the
it out
game.
there, man.
What? Hey, I know
Hey.
this segment that you never do. Yeah, were you prepared
You
by any
always
chance?
sing along with him, though. You didn't sing along with him.
Yeah, but he's
what
my
is-
backup singer.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, I don't want to. Sorry, that was patronizing. I feel like.
Wow.
Did that hurt your feelings?
Literally, we've had this conversation before. I don't respect your opinion enough.
Oh yeah,
I know, but
No, it didn't.
you went quiet for a second.
No, I was
Yeah,
trying
you
to
look kind
think.
of sad.
I was trying to think of a lyric. I'm sad because ASU just lost to fucking Eastern Michigan. They lost to a team in They lost to a team in the conference with Toledo and the University at Buffalo. What are we talking about? That's why I'm mad. They lost to fucking nobodies.
I love
They
Wyoming,
lost to a
it's so
goddamn
good.
insurance salesman
Shawn
for a
hasn't had
running
his
back.
He's like a wind-up toy.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't had his. We both exploded. He didn't yet. That was nice.
Anything else? Let it all out,
That
man.
was probably the best explosion of the night.
Their offense looked like a fucking shift lead at McDonald's at quarterback and a fucking insurance salesman at running back and fucking 5 dudes at offensive line, and they embarrassed ASU. Just guys, just fellas out there who've eaten a little bit too much.
Just bros.
in the trenches. They're like, hey, you weigh over 300 pounds, right? Go snap the fucking football.
You know what they all do? Hey, get over here! I'm blocking.
Oh my gosh.
That was a really good show.
That was holy wow. That was amazing.
Oh, but Syracuse won today.
You want to play a game?
Let's play a game.
I'm so hot.
So
Yeah, you are.
there are 4 guys mainly lined up on the defensive line tonight, right?
Yeah.
We can all agree that they weren't good.
Mm-hmm.
Would love to see Nesta mix it up a little more, but that didn't happen. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna steal your shine because I think you might be going to the same place. My mind just went.
Okay. 4. If you could line up 4 different items in a row in place of the defensive line, which would you pick that could stop this team better than men?
Do they all have to be the
Literally
same?
4 My Pillow pillows.
Isn't the My Pillow guy a huge racist?
Yeah, he is. He is.
Do they have to be the same item?
Yes, and then no. So
Ooh.
give me one for all of the same items, and then chat, do the same, please. Give me 4 items that you would rather have or rush the passer or stop the run.
Give me 4 fire hydrants. As like the universal ones. And then I would say if I could shuffle them around, I'd go 1 fire hydrant, 1 side table, 1 mini fridge, and 1 garden gnome that looks like David.
Give me
Big lots of college football.
give me 4 thumbtacks,
4 thumbtacks.
pointy side up.
Give me 4 door frames. Just no doors in there. Not even hinges.
Are they stuck into the ground?
Yeah.
Nice, I love that.
No,
Get
they're actually
skinny,
just
kid.
laying down on
Get
the.
skinny. Oh my God.
Also,
but-
Jacob in the chat trying to give us an update from Herm's press conference, but accidentally called him Germ, which I love.
Herm Edwards.
German Edwards. 4 traffic cones. Oh, that's not an answer. Come on, Tyler. It is not okay.
There's
Do not say that.
an injury that we haven't mentioned either.
Oh
That
yeah.
your whole theory. That's where I thought you might have been going with what
Oh
you
yeah. Thank you for.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get to your
So if you guys remember in the first quarter, Omar Norman-Lott, friend of the program by the way, went down. Prayers up to him. Hope he makes a speedy recovery. Got off on walked off on his own power, but I mean, when a big man looks at his knee and audibly says "fuck,"
Yeah.
it's usually not
it's
good.
Great.
After that, I mean, the runs weren't really being stopped prior, but they held him to a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there was no resistance. Is Omar Norman-Lott the glue to this defensive line? Does he do a lot more than we think? Or was it just ill-prepared sadness tonight?
I think it was just ill-prepared.
Yeah, I don't know. I was with you early that it did seem like his loss might have made a little bit of an effect, but after watching the rest of the game, I don't think you could have put Warren Sapp in that offensive or defensive line. It would have mattered. That team was not prepared. They were running all over them.
Can we bring down the band hammer?
Huh?
Thanks, David.
Oh yeah.
Let's not say things like that in the chat, please.
But Ryan makes a good point. These shows are therapeutic for us.
Yeah,
I reached the staffing point.
The
I needed to get
idea,
it out.
yeah, the idea of it is, we can all talk it out together. We needed this one more tonight, I think. Sometimes, I mean, the fans definitely need this as well, but we needed this a lot more than we thought.
When you live in the world of ASU football the way we do, where it's just every day basically, I drank the Kool-Aid a little bit. I can't even deny it. I drank the Kool-Aid a little bit, and now here we are. And I realized that the Kool-Aid was created by a cult leader, and I've been poisoned.
No.
It was just moldy milk.
Yeah,
That
we
was
don't have to bring that back.
Hey, look, again, college football is what it is. You win some, you lose some, and they're going to obviously have to get right back on the horse because they got Utah, USC.
I know this is getting way too. What do you make of this team if they somehow manage to go and beat?
See, but that's
Utah.
That's why I think I'm fucking insane.
But that's the most that's
why I think I'm so
ASU
crazy.
thing ever.
Is because I haven't lost faith. Not even close. Like this sucks. Like
I've lost faith in the coaching staff.
But
Not the
I have
players.
lost faith. I would say,
the
but
coaching staff faith has been gone.
I would say I've lost faith in the sense that I'm not going to expect them to win another game in this conference outside of Colorado. But
Really?
at
You
the
think they
same
finished
time,
2
I'm just saying every game I'm like
oh my gosh.
Heaven's Gate.
yeah, that's what I was
So it's
referencing.
Devil's
just hell again.
It's Devil's
It's
bad
hell.
football. You've heard of Heaven's Gate, right? Here comes
Here's the opposite.
Here's Sun Devil football. No, it's the same thing.
I forgot what I was saying.
Dude,
Faith wins.
Oh yeah,
there we
I don't
go.
have faith in the team in the sense that I'm going to expect them to win games, but also I have enough faith in the roster and like the talent that is like, hey, if maybe one day Herm figures it out, or maybe if one day they're just like, you know what, fuck it, Emory Jones is calling the plays now. Like they have the talent to win, to beat teams.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Some of y'all in the chat are creative.
So
man.
one thing, because I have to do this, I think it's not on my contract, but it should be. I have to
Permanent.
give people just a little bit of hope.
Okay.
Okay.
You want
We and you guys can agree.
more while he does that?
Well, he was talking to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna try and like bring us optimism.
My hand is
No,
really
no,
sweaty.
no.
I don't think you want anything
okay.
to do with
You
it.
guys
No, you're
can
right.
agree
That's fair.
with this statement. We saw them at practice during training camp, and you see
Practice?
that practice,
We talk about practice.
and you see there's a lot of fire between the players and a lot of energy when we were there between the players.
And
Yes.
and the position coaches too.
Yeah. So I think that genuinely this will piss a lot of people off. Daniel didn't seem happy. I'm sure as hell Emory Jones isn't happy. If it is what we
defensive
think,
line is pissed off.
yeah. If it is what we think, and the disinterest is there, they still want to play football. They still want to win football. I wouldn't be surprised if they light a fire under each other's asses this entire week and just come out fucking blazing. I will say Utah next week is at home, obviously, and it's a blackout. If they go down 10-0, I'm going to black out.
That'll make for an interesting show.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be sure.
I
to
would
tune
not
into
actually
that.
do that.
It also makes
But-
for an interesting drive back from Sun Devil Stadium, considering we are going to be there.
Considering
That's true.
I am shooting the game, that is correct.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
That will be
Actually, was never
crazy.
going to happen anyway.
That will be
but
crazy.
Dude, I want basketball back. I'm ready.
Can we-
It's Bobby
can we-
Hurley
we'll get
season.
basketball
It's
back.
Bobby Hurley season.
Is there, if they beat Utah next week?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I know I asked you
That's
this.
a conversation
I don't
that we'll
fucking-
have in the week.
If they beat Utah, I'm going to be like, well, this is the Pac-12 for you. That's really going to be my takeaway. Because fucking Bo Nix is back, maybe. Michael Penix Jr. might be the best quarterback in the country.
He is goated.
I will say, I think we whiffed on Washington in our power rankings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just was not prepared for how big of an impact Michael Penix Jr. was going to be able to have on that
Washington
team.
State looked really good today.
Yeah, because
Fuck.
I'm excited. Hey, I'm
there's
excited
quarterbacks
to see.
in this conference, man. Like, it's a deep quarterback conference.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what y'all's power rankings look like. And obviously, again, if you're new to the show, we do that a little bit later in the week. You can see what we've got the Pac-12 power rankings looking like. But like I said, ASU football
What?
done for the evening.
What?
You can go watch Cardinals football tomorrow
No.
at Four Peaks,
Pat Bush, you're
Maybe,
welcome.
actually.
12:30.
Maybe.
Cardinals
PHNX.
watch party.
PHNX.
12:30 Cardinals watch party at Four Peaks. Enjoy drink specials, Cardinals ticket
Dude,
giveaways,
maybe.
a 22-foot screen
They might
experience.
be.
Check our link in the description. Got to be 21 or
I don't
older
know.
and enjoy responsibly.
No one
Gentlemen,
lost to a MAC team
any
today. I'll
final
say.
Yeah.
thoughts on today's
One thing about Cardinals, obviously NFL Sunday is back. If you haven't watched the Tailgate Show, we're live at 9 a.m. every single NFL Sunday. We talk our favorite picks, our favorite props. We just have a lot of fun. We do some drinking. Great way to wake up. Wake up with us in the studio. It's me, Johnny, and Bo, live, PHNX_sports. Also, if you want to sign up for the watch party tomorrow, do that in the chat right
a
now.
22-foot TV, guys.
Yeah,
It's massive.
It's dope. So definitely do that.
Maybe that TV could.
Jacob in the chat saying new drinking game.
Eastern
Every
Michigan.
time the OC calls a play that makes no sense, we drink. It might help our season from my fan standpoint.
Well, that's
I
a
be
good
think
way.
that
hammered
just
at the end
sounds
of the first
dangerous.
quarter.
Yeah, that's a good way to forget
It's also-
everything after the first 5 minutes of the game.
Which honestly might be the way to watch ASU football.
No, it's not healthy.
you don't think
I don't want to encourage that.
What?
Uh,
Drinking?
Blacking out for a fucking ASU football game because there's a lot of them.
It is what it is. Sean, any final thoughts?
Stanford didn't play today. Am I looking at this right?
No, they did not play today.
Yeah.
I don't think do they play this weekend at all?
They might play tomorrow or Monday.
They're nowhere on the schedule on the Pac-12
Well,
schedule. Anyways.
I do have one final thing. There were a lot of people in the chat tonight that I've never seen before.
Yes.
And I really appreciate that.
Welcome.
This is something we love to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And
After every game.
especially after losses, it hurts, but I think we find a way to have fun, especially with you guys. I mean, you guys tonight have made it all really fun. Tonight, as Charles says, we all die of alcohol poisoning at halftime. It's just fun. So come back. We're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 5 days a week, podcasts. It's a good
I
time.
appreciate the haters too.
Yeah.
The haters make it more
Genuinely.
fun. It makes it more fun.
Hey, they wrote me off.
I mean,
I
might be writing that.
I might be writing that.
might be writing
You know what? They wrote me off, and I forwarded the email to Michael Crow.
Yes.
Hey, we'll see you guys at 4 Peaks tomorrow. Again, to echo Shane's point, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, we are live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have audio shows on Tuesdays, sometimes Thursdays, and always live after an ASU football game. If you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Tocher. You can follow Shane at Shane Deep, and you can follow Shawn DePaz at Shawn_DePaz.
Just underwhelmed by ASU football as always.
We will see you guys Sunday for the Cards watch party and back again live at 3 p.m. on Monday, unless Herm gets fired. But for now, peace.